What's going on, guys? Tyson the Trainer here, back with another video or podcast today. And in today's podcast, I would like to talk to you guys about consistency, right? So as I'm recording this, it is the 5th of January, 2022. When you guys are listening to this, it's probably going to be a little bit later. But like one thing I guess I kind of want to talk about with the whole consistency side of things is that, you know, we need to change the way that we think in regards to our goals or in regards to what we're trying to do. Because I think a lot of people, well, I know a lot of people have more of like an all or nothing mentality, right? And so like, you know, they think that like as soon as they fall off track or if they make a mistake that it's done, it's over, and they're going to wait until next week to start again. And I think like, you know, that is the stupidest thing that you can do in regards to just any of your goals. Because, you know, if you make a mistake at work or if something happens, like you're not going to be like, oh, well, I've already fucked up at work, I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I might as well just, you know, start again next week. I might as well not go to work for the rest of the week, or I might as well, you know, just some stupid mentality that people have when they think that they don't need to worry about it. You know, they're like, oh, well, I'll just start again next week because why should I continue this week? And it's like, the bigger question to ask is like, why shouldn't you continue this week? Because people who say, oh, why should I continue this week? Why don't I wait till next week? Like, you're a fucking cop-out at the end of the day. Like, the fact that you use that is an excuse for you to be a lazy fucking prick at the end of the day, right? 3 swear words there. I know 2 swear words, fucking prick. Very lazy, right? I was going to say lazy cunt, but I was like, I'm going to change it up and shock the system and say prick. Because when people say, I'm going to start again Monday, it gives you permission to be a slack ass. It gives you permission to not stick to your goals. It gives you permission to make excuses for yourself and get out of the hard things, right? Because like, you know, sticking to your goals, doing diets, you know, whatever it's going to be, exercising consistently, it's hard. It's not easy. And like, it takes time to be able to get there. And especially when you're changing habits, changing routines, doing something that you're not used to, it's just a whole different process. And so it does take mental energy. It does take willpower. It does take energy, and it is hard to do. Yet, if it wasn't hard, everyone would do it, right? And when you have that mentality of, oh, fuck it, I'll just start again next week, it's like you're really teaching yourself bad behaviors, right? Because again, like I said, you wouldn't do this in any other area of your life. You're not at work and you're like, oh, well, I'll start again next week. Or, oh, I've made one mistake, I might as well make another mistake. I might as well say, fuck it, make all the mistakes today and get back on track tomorrow. You don't do that shit. Yet you apply that to your health and your fitness, and maybe sometimes other goals too. But mainly like I see people with health and fitness, you know, oh, it's Wednesday, I ate like shit, I might as well start again next Monday. Like, fuck me dead, man. Next Monday, 4 or 5 days away from starting again because you want to make an excuse, right? And a lot of what I say to a lot of people, if you go into 2022, where we are now, with the same mentality that you had last year, you're going to get the same fucking results, right? And guess what? A lot of people, every week or two, they go, oh, don't worry, I'll start again next week. Oh, I'll start again Monday. And then guess what? The whole year goes past. It gets to the end of December, and they're like, next year's my year. Next year I'm going to do this. I'm going to change everything. I'm going to do this and this and this. And you do the exact same shit you do every year. And there's a reason that people don't fucking see results. It's because they make up that bullshit all or nothing mentality in their head, right? And so what I want to, you know, give you guys an idea with here today is like, showing up and being consistent is important no matter what. All right. And so what I mean by this is a lot of you may have kids. A lot of you have busy jobs. A lot of you, you go away and travel. Like, there's all these things that happen, and we can find literally any excuse to not stay on track, you know, but the most important thing you can actually do is finding ways to do the bare minimum every day, no matter what. Okay. So even if you fall off track, let's say it's Wednesday and you ate like shit for breakfast. You know, you went out for breakfast, you got, you know, eggs on toast, and then one of your friends is like, oh, let's get some banana bread. And then you have banana bread. For some reason, you think you just ruin your whole day because you have banana bread with butter, okay? Or maybe you had an ice cream after, I don't know. Anyway, let's just say something happened on Wednesday and it caused you, in the morning, you had a shit morning because you went over, and you're like, oh, what's the fucking point? I might as well get back on track next week, okay? Instead of doing that, make your next meal you getting back on track, okay? Next meal, which means either morning tea or lunch. That's your next meal of getting back on track. And what I mean by getting back on track is going back to what you're supposed to be having. If you already got your lunch, your dinner, and your afternoon snack planned out, eat those things, okay? And you're like, oh, but I'm going to go over my calories today. Who gives a fuck? Would you rather go over your calories by a little bit, or would you rather go over your calories by a lot? What's going to have the biggest impact? What's going to have the biggest impact is a lot. So go for a little bit, okay? Because doing something is better than nothing, all right? Being consistent is more important than skipping it altogether, because you're trying to build habits in your brain. You're trying to create good habits, good tendencies, good behaviors that are going to lead you on the right path, okay? And in order to do that, you need to keep re-ingraining, repeating those good behaviors. Okay, so when you fall off track, when you eat a bad meal, when you do something bad, do not wait until next week. Get on track the next meal. Okay, you want to make an adjustment to the meal to be a little bit lower calories, is absolutely fine. But guess what? It's better to be like 100 or 200 calories over versus 5, 6, 8,000 calories over, right? 800 calories, 1,000 over is what I'm trying to say. Because this is like the weird thing that people get an idea in. I'm just going to put the aircon on. Give me 2 seconds while I hold this thought. Oh. It's so hot in here. So basically, people go, oh, well, I'm already gone over my calories, so what's the point? Well, what's the fucking point? Is that you're teaching yourself that it doesn't matter if you go over slightly, and then you're teaching yourself that it's okay to go over by a little bit, and that you don't go, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat whatever, okay? Because let me give you guys a bit of an idea. Most of you are probably gonna lose about 300 to 500 grams a week on the scale when you're dieting, all right? And that usually is gonna be about a 300 to 500 calorie deficit a day. So what a lot of people tend to forget is you're eating, let's say you're losing 500 grams a week, 450 grams. Let's say you're losing 450 grams a week. You are eating 500 calories less than your maintenance calories, okay? Right? Because if you're losing, for every 100 calories roughly, you're gonna lose about 90 grams. So 500 calorie deficit, you're losing about 450 grams, give or take, okay? So you're in a 500 calorie deficit a day. You then go 200 calories over your deficit. You're still in a 300 calorie fucking deficit. All right? But if your stupid fucking mentality is like, oh, what's the point? I might as well go over. Well, then guess what? You're definitely going to fucking shoot yourself in the foot and kick yourself out of a deficit for that day. Okay? Would you rather be in a 200 or 300 calorie deficit still? Or would you rather be in no deficit and possibly even a surplus for the day? That's something you need to consider. Everyone thinks they've ruined it when they've overeaten for a day, but it's like you forget you've got a calorie deficit of a certain amount of calories, you're eating less, okay? So even if you ate 500 calories extra on that day, and then for the rest of the week you're on point, you've eaten 3,000 calories less for the week versus 3,500, which means you're still gonna lose about 300 and something grams on the scale. And that's still movement. And it's better than no movement, all right? And this is why consistency is key. This is why having the all or nothing mentality is just fucking stupid. Because literally that all or nothing mentality is going to get you nothing at the end of the day. Because every time you fuck up and you tell yourself, I'll start again Wednesday, or I'll start again next week, or whatever it's gonna be, I'll start again Monday, sorry, or whatever it's gonna be, like you're literally just prolonging the process and you're teaching yourself just to be fucking lazy and slack at the end of the day. So change that mentality, right? Now, in saying that, again, a lot of you are busy. So sometimes you might not be able to get all your steps in for the day, okay? So you might be like, oh man, I've got a lot of meetings on, I've got to do this, and I'm only gonna get 4,000 steps instead of 8,000 steps. Well, do the 4,000 steps. Do not do nothing. Do not be like, oh, there's no point. If I can't get 8,000, I might as well not even bother. Like this is the easy way for us to get out of things, by saying, I might as well not even bother, okay? That's in your mindset. That's nowhere else. You are telling yourself that bullshit mentality, right? It's, again, we can just keep going back to the work analogy, so it gives you an idea, okay? Oh, I can only do half an hour of work today on this project instead of an hour. Why even bother? Are you fucking serious? Right? You have a project deadline. You can only work half an hour on it today instead of an hour. So you're not going to do anything and then put yourself behind further? Obviously not, you know? So it's like, whenever you have an opportunity to do something, even though it's not to its full capacity, do it, right? If you come home late from work and you can't go to the gym, and you still want to get a workout in, oh, no, there's no point. I can't gym for an hour. Can you gym for 30 minutes? Yeah, but what's the point in gymming for 30 minutes if I can't go for an hour? The point is that you're still keeping the habit going. The point is that you're still working your muscles. The point is that you're still getting good exercise in. What do you mean, what's the point, people, like, it's the easiest cop out for us to say, oh, what's the point? If I can't do it all, there's no point in doing it. It's a dumb mentality to have. So change that voice in your head, right? And again, it's like, okay, maybe you can't go to the gym. Can you do exercises at home? It's like, oh, but what you think body weight's going to do something for me? It's not about whether it's going to do something for you, right? And actually it will, to be honest. But it's not about whether it's like, oh, you're not going to get the optimal results from this workout because it's body weight versus going to the gym. It's teaching yourself to ingrain the good habits. Like, if you want the habits of consistently showing up for the gym, consistently sticking to your nutrition, consistently being active, it's not about whether you can do it or not. It's about it's just about, can you do something on that day, regardless of how little? Because every time, whether it's something small or whether it's the full thing, if you do it, you ingrain good behaviors, okay? And when you understand that, and you're like, all right, I can't do 8,000 steps today, but I can do 4,000, and then you end up doing 5,000 or 6,000, like you do more than you probably think you could, or you're like, I can't get a workout into the gym today, all right, I'm gonna do a bodyweight workout, and you absolutely smash a bodyweight workout routine, like, sweet, man, you did something, and you'll show yourself that you can do it, that you can do something. And every time you do something, you are consistent, you do something that moves you in the right direction, whether it's this much, whether it's an inch or a mile, all right? Moving forward is moving forwards, okay? And one step might not be 3 steps, but it's better than no steps, all right? Or, again, you can just have the same mentality and do the same fucking thing every week, every month, every year, and expect the exact same results, and complain about those same results because you don't change what's in your mind, right? So it's something to really got to think about. Now, again, so it's like, do something rather than nothing, no matter what. If it's 5 minutes, it's 5 fucking minutes, okay? If it's not all of your daily habits, but it's 3 out of 70 daily habits, it's still 3 out of your daily habits. If it's like, oh, I'm not gonna hit my protein goal today, so I might as well not even bother eating protein, like, well, fuck me dead, man. Like, the excuses we can find from ourselves for everything is just stupid. So it's just like, something is better than nothing. Consistency is key, and consistency will always move you in the right direction, okay? Like I said, 1 step forwards, it might not be 3 steps forwards, but it's better than no steps forwards, right? So think about that and apply that. Like, for me, one thing I wanted to stop doing this year is smoking weed, okay? And so when I try and cut back on it, the issue for me is that I use it for sleep for the most part, because I have ADHD and it helps me go to sleep, but I don't want to rely on it. And so the other night, I stopped it on the 1st, and then on the 3rd, I just couldn't sleep. I was having the worst sleep. And so I was like, you know what? I need to smoke because I need to go to sleep. Otherwise, I'm going to get up and I'm going to have no energy. And so I had to smoke. I went to sleep, right? But I didn't say, oh, well, I ruined it on day 3. I might as well just keep smoking. It's now day 6 and I haven't had any more since day 3, right? I just had to get through that day, and then I get back on track the next day. It's like trying to quit alcohol or trying to quit. It's like trying to quit anything. Just because you try and quit something, if you fail the first time, doesn't mean you go back to doing what you were. If you're trying to quit smoking and you have 1 cigarette after having 2 weeks off, you don't go, oh, fuck it, I might as well start smoking cigarettes again. Like, it does my fucking head in that we have that mentality, And again, like, I'm obviously guilty of doing that in the past, but it's like, change your thought process, and you're gonna be better for it. Now, in saying that, we're gonna talk about other things like travel, okay, or going away, or getting out of routine. Because I'm doing a lot of traveling this year, seeing clients, I've got talks and stuff like that to do, and I'm not gonna be doing the routines that I wanna do all the time, okay? Like, I've got a specific routine that I like to do. I know how my days are set out. I like to keep routine in my day and in my week so I'm productive and I get everything done, but it's not always gonna happen when I'm on the road, okay? So we apply the same mentality. Just because you're traveling, just because you're on holidays, just because you're away somewhere, doesn't mean that you don't do anything, okay? Now, I am someone who says, like, if you're going away for a week, obviously I'm not gonna take your food scale, take your weights, take all that type of shit, like, no. But like, can you still keep up daily activity? 100%. Absolutely. If you can't fucking walk when you're on holidays, then Jesus, like, it blows me away. Because if you're on holidays, you're probably exploring somewhere and you should be walking around to go and see the sights, Obviously, there's going to be time you're going to need to drive and stuff like that. But get out, go on foot, go and explore. We have the the electric scooters in places now. You have those bikes that you can ride around the city. And like, riding around the city on your bike and doing some type of exercise is great. You get to see the sights, you get to go stop at different places, you get around the city quickly, and you get your exercise in, okay? It might not be the gym, and that's okay, but it's some type of exercise. You might go to the gym while you're on holidays or while you're away. Like for me, wherever I go, so I'm going to be going to Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide, Melbourne, because I'm like in Melbourne at the moment. I'm just going to be going everywhere. And it's like, I'm still going to get my workouts in because I wake up in the morning, I'm going to go and get my workout in, and then I'm going to go and get on with the day. My partner will be asleep. I'll wake up, I'll train at like 5:30, I'll be done at 7 o'clock, I'll come home, she'll be getting out of bed at 8 o'clock, we'll eat, and then we'll go and do something. Sweet, I got my workout in for the day. Happy with that. Steps, we're gonna make sure we walk it for a lot of places. Food-wise, I don't track my food anyways, but for a lot of you who do track your food, do you have to track for that week? No, but you know what your daily habit should be, right? You guys know I harp on about this all the fucking time. Eat your protein, eat your fruits, eat your vegetables. If you've been following these daily habits and you listen to what I say, you should know what these daily habits are. And it's quite easy to hit these daily habits. Everywhere's gonna have a fucking Woolworths or an IGA or a Coles or something, okay? You don't have to Uber Eats, you don't have to eat out every meal, you don't have to do all that shit because you're on holidays, okay? Yes, are you gonna eat out? Of course, you're on holidays. But it's like, do not eat out breakfast, lunch, and dinner, okay? Try and have some good habits still. Try and have some good food regardless, right? So let's just say, for example, going out for breakfast. You're like, oh, I wanna go out for breakfast. Well, there's gonna be no special breakfast places that's different to anywhere else. So get fucking eggs on toast with spinach and mushrooms, okay? Because you've got some veggies from your spinach and your mushrooms, you get some protein from your eggs. It's not a lot of protein, but it's some protein. You get toast, you get some healthy fats from your eggs, you get a decent breakfast there, all right? Lunchtime, I don't know if you guys go out for lunch, or again, if you're not gonna go out for lunch, because again, it's expensive to eat out everywhere. So go to Coles, Woolies, and buy basic stuff. Buy YoPros and Greek yogurts, Chobani Greek yogurts or YoPro. Buy those 2-minute veggies, the frozen veggies, Buy the instant rices, the brown rices and stuff like that, because you can still tick off your habits. It's not fucking hard, okay? But a lot of us just need some insight, which is why I'm saying this, right? It's not hard. Sorry, it's simple and it's quite easy, but it's just about implementing it, right? So it's about having like structure. I know because I'm going to be traveling a lot this year. There are things I just need to do, right? When I go stay in an Airbnb, I will go to the Airbnb. I will go to Woolworths because I always make sure I choose an Airbnb that's close to a shops. I'll go to Woolies or Coles, whatever it's going to be. I'll grab anything that's instant, okay? So it's like, what do we usually have? Some Airbnbs have a stove, if you do that, but most of them, or like in an apartment, but most of them are going to have a microwave and a fridge with a freezer, okay? So what's instant that doesn't need to be properly cooked, they can be, again, they can just be eaten. So it's like smoked salmon, you can get that. You can get already hard-boiled eggs. You can get fruit. You can get frozen fruit. You can get frozen veggies. You can get microwave rice. You can get tins of tuna. You can get shredded chicken. You have so many options there to get your protein in, to get your fats in, to get your whole grains in, to get you have so many options. And so it's like, it's more about just changing the story in your head and doing things differently compared to what you were doing before, okay? Because every time we try to do something different, it's going to require a lot of willpower, a lot of energy at the start, but then it gets easier. So it's like maybe the first time you go on holidays, whatever it is, maybe you just focus on getting some good steps in every day and you make sure you have protein at every meal. And the next time you're like, okay, next time I go away, I know I'm not feeling the best, so I'm missing out on I'm missing out on veggies a lot, so I need to go and get veggies next time. And so it's like, you layer on the approach. For someone like me who basically just lives and breathes fitness, I know what I need to do. So it's not like a practice thing for me, okay? So it comes quite easily for me. But this is why I'm explaining to you guys, because it is actually easy. You just need to be told about how to do it, all right? And the same thing, if you go camping, what can you take away from camping? You can take heaps of things. If you go camping, people probably go fishing, so you can have fresh fish, which is plenty of protein, right? Fresh fish, yes, that's what I'm trying to say, it's a tongue twister. You can take legumes, baked beans, they're actually quite healthy for you. You got your fiber in there. You got your, obviously sauce a bit high in calories, but you got fiber in there. If you're going camping, you can go walking around and exploring in camping, so you can get your steps in. Like anywhere we go, we're in the time of age now where if you're not going camping and you're just going away on a holiday, you always have access to food no matter what, all right? If you do go camping, we have portable fridges now. We have heaps of things that you can still take food with you, okay? And so it's like, at this point in time in our life, we have access to literally fucking everything to make life easy for us, all right? So it's just about implementing it and thinking and strategizing. So for the next time you guys go away, again, you don't have to. I'm just telling you, if you are committed to goals and you say you want to achieve something and you don't want to fall off track or, go backwards on your progress, or you're someone who just wants to continuously see progress, then just sit down, plan out what you need to do when you're there. When are you going to go for your walks? Are you going to walk around and see the sights, whatever it's going to be? Look for places that are going to be good for food. Again, look for, like if you're going to go out to dinner and stuff like that. Same thing. Obviously, if you go out for dinner, you're probably going to choose something it's going to be like a unique restaurant or wherever it's going to be, and it might be something exciting, okay? But if you're going out for like a fucking normal dinner, like you would anywhere else, then choose normal food, right? Choose a protein source with veggies on the side, okay? It might be a delicious steak with some veggies, like, it might be gourmet steak, whatever it is. But it's like, I just think a lot of people, when they're on holiday mode, they're like, oh, I'm not worrying about anything. And it's like, if you want to do that, that's fine. But a lot of people say they want to do that, come back from holidays, bitch and moan about how much they ate and the weight they put on and why they feel like shit. And it's like, all right, well, that's kind of done on yourself, because all you had to do was not do that and eat a little bit better. So it's like, it's up to you. But again, like when I'm going to Japan, whenever I can go to Japan, I'm not going to, I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to be walking around everywhere, so steps are going to be fine. Food-wise, I'm going to go to 7-Elevens, get some quick foods what I can. But at the same time, like, there's only so much control I can have, So for me, I'm just going to be keeping an eye out on protein. Protein's basically the thing I think about all the time, for the most part. Protein and veggies. So it's like, can I get those two essential things in? And again, I don't track. So if you guys are on holidays, don't track, right? Know what your habits need to be. Again, it's going to be like, for a lot of you, you'll probably be away for like 10 days. It's like, if you just keep up regular activity and you eat well, you're not gonna lose anything. It's when you just fucking sit on your ass and do nothing and eat shit the whole time is when it's gonna be an issue. So avoid those two things, you're gonna be sweet, all right? But overall, again, this whole thing is just about consistency. The more you can be consistent, the more you can keep your good habits, the more you can just keep doing what you, the things that you want to do to make you a healthier, fitter, better person at the end of the day, the more you can do that, the better off it's going to be for you in the long run. All right, so that is the video. I hope it was helpful. Hope you guys are having a great 2022 so far this year. And as always, if you guys have any questions, you can ask me on the website at www.tysonthetrainer.com. It can be with 1 R's or 2 R's. I've got them both. Or as always, you can message me on Instagram at tysonthetrainer with 2 R's. And until next time, guys, I'll speak to you then.